Just give me, I think that that's the end of our formal interview, but we're talking a little bit about a tour. Can you kind of verbally take me around and tell me a little bit, describe your habitat and what do you call it?
Yeah, we sure can. It's our Mars habitat, or the HAB for short. And, well, a verbal tour, starting from the front door. You enter through an airlock that we have in the front. And we use airlocks not because we're actually in a pressurized habitat, but to simulate what that would be like. So in a real Mars habitat, you would have to spend maybe 5 minutes in an airlock just to equalize the pressure before entering. So the first room that you come into is it's our EVA preparation room, I guess, our suit room. So that's where our spacesuits are all hanging up on the wall, and we have our helmets all lined up nice and neat on a shelf above that, and our spacesuit packs, which Ryan takes very good care of. One of our engineers keeps in good working order for us. And also our jackets, because it is cold here, so sometimes we need to bundle up even inside the spacesuits before we go out. And then walking in from the EVA room, we have our science lab. So on the right, there's a biology and geology lab bench where we have all of our rock samples and soil samples and microscopes and other tools. And a great big beautiful window showing a very nice view as well of the crater. And then coming around a little ways, we have our exercise area. So because we only get to go out maybe on average 3 to 4 times each per week, maybe for, I guess, about 4 hours on average a week, it's not really that much exercise. So we have an exercise bike here, and there is an exercise physiology study that uses that equipment, that requires us to use that equipment. We have an exercise ball and some weights, so we all try to work out at least 1 hour 3 times a week that way to stay in shape. And then also downstairs we have our engineering workbench and our engineering storage area where the engineers keep all of the tools and everything to just keep this place running nicely. And finally, we have 2 separate washroom type areas, one with the toilet and one with the shower and sink. And we are able to shower here, but only once a week, so it's better than nothing, that's for sure. And then we have a back airlock downstairs as well. And then to come upstairs, we have a ladder that you climb up. It's fairly secure and stable, so we don't have to worry about falling down in the middle of the night, luckily. But there's a ladder leading up to the upper level, and upstairs, which is where Matt and I are right now, we have 3 big, beautiful windows, again, showing beautiful views of the crater. And coming up the stairs, the first thing you see is the staterooms. So lined up along one wall, kind of taking up half of the upstairs, we have 6 staterooms, which are fairly small bedrooms, and there's also an attic or loft upstairs where our 7th crew member sleeps as well. He has a little room that we built up there too. So they're pretty small, but they're cozy. I like my room a lot. We'll make sure to show you the rooms when we give the tour. And then the main area upstairs has a big table in the center, which is what we're sitting at right now, and a workbench along the length of one wall, which is where we use our computers, where we sit to work. And then finally we have the kitchen with a sink and a stove and a fridge, and this is also where we grow some of our lettuce and sprouts, and I think that
covers
all.
Where do you sleep?
We sleep in the staterooms, which I think you might, I'm not sure if the doors are in the frame at all right now. They're not. We sleep in rooms that are maybe, what would you say for dimensions?
Oof.
They're small.
Yeah, they're small. Telephone booth on its side, almost. No, not that bad.
2 telephone booths on their side.
Maybe 1.5 meters wide, if that, and what do you say, 13 feet, 14 feet long. So they're relatively small, just sort of a bed and then some shelves for storage of clothes and some other personal items. So, but it does the job for sure.
Now, just a couple more questions, based on this tour that you've just given us. How did this all get there? Was it prefabricated in Canada and then taken up to the North Arctic, or was it constructed there and reconstructed there? How did it, all come together?
Well, it was actually all flown up here, and some of the parts, I guess all the parts were they kind of parachuted in, I guess. It was built in 2000, so all the parts were dropped off here and then assembled right here in the Arctic. So I guess it's kind of been improving over the past 7 years to the point where it's at right now. It's a very comfortable structure. Sometimes we call it the Arctic Hilton. It's really quite comfortable now that our engineers have done a lot of upgrades.
Is it going to be used again in some situations, or has it already been used and you're using it for the simulation? Is this the original purpose of it?
Yeah, it has been used. Well, there have been many crews here. We're the 11th crew, and each of those crews previous to us spent maybe, I think, between a week and a month here.
Sure.
So there have been lots of other crews living here, and we do anticipate that it'll be used again in the future for maybe the shorter duration missions of a month again, or maybe even the longer ones like 4 months or possibly longer.
And has it been exclusively used for Mars simulation, or has it been used for other researchers?
Yep, this is.
These 11 crews.
Yeah, it's always been used for Mars simulation purposes.
That's fabulous, fabulous. Well, thank you so much. It's just been so much fun talking with you.
Good. It's been great talking
Thanks
to
for
you as
having us
well.
on, Roseanne.